What's going on, guys? I wanted to talk to you guys today about products. I think the most difficult part about organic dropshipping or dropshipping in general is finding the right product to sell. Finding the right product is really 90% of the whole gig, and the rest is just filming, editing, and posting. It is very difficult to find winning products out there, and sometimes it can take anywhere from a week or two all the way up to several months, like it did for me. It's really easy to find products that someone ran up in the past, but you're taking second place and you're really just getting the scraps of whatever revenue they left on the table. You could always change up your content style and continue to make some money, but we're really in this to print and make big money, not take whatever is left over. Running new and untapped products is a great way to maximize your profits, but early on in the filming process, it's difficult to find a winning video format. So today I'm going to tell you guys my most effective method of product sourcing, and that would be custom products. What exactly is a custom product? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a product that you customized, designed, or created from the ground up. So what are the benefits to custom products? While it almost completely eliminates competition, running custom products makes it nearly impossible for our competitors to find our products on places like AliExpress, Temu, or Amazon. This is, of course, unless they consult with the factory that we're building the custom product with. They might have a chance at obtaining it then, but the chances are slim. The next benefit would be maximizing conversions. You have the ability to negotiate every aspect of the product that you're creating, whether that be the materials used, the packing for the product when it's shipped, or the features and colors. Being the only merchant of this product also gives you leverage to keep your prices high. If you're the only place where the product can be obtained, you control the market for it. Being the only merchant or store that is advertising this product gives you the maximum chances of going viral with it. It's impossible for someone else to steal your video concept on a product that they can't even run. You can also steal aspects from other viral videos from creators running similar products. The last and most important benefit of custom products would be branding. Once you understand how to create effective custom products and market those items, you can rinse and repeat the custom product process to continuously feed your customers with new items each month. When you run a one-off custom product and you continuously add more products to that store, it's going to boost your average order value and you're going to make more money every single day. Some of the negatives of custom products would be it's quite a bit riskier. Most factories that you're going to deal with, they're not going to let you order single units to send to your customers. They want you to place a large order up front. I'm going to show you guys how to minimize your risk when doing this. The second negative would be because of those large orders, it's quite a bit more expensive. But again, I got the methods. I'm going to show you guys how to do this for the low and minimize your risk. And the third negative would be it really just requires patience. Developing some of these products can take time, and you have to wait for the factory to send you a few samples so that you can begin your marketing. So honestly, I would not recommend this for beginners, but if you have some experience with developing some products and going viral, this is for you. One of my recent winners was a custom product that I designed from the ground up, and that was the product that helped me generate 6 figures with organic marketing. In terms of requirements for running custom products, most people think that you might need a primed Instagram account with a bunch of followers and views, but that's simply not the case. You guys can start running custom products with an account that has 0 views with no videos on it, and it could blow up just as fast as anything else. The second custom product that I ran hit 100 million views in just a couple of months. And if we take the average organic marketing revenue per million, that would be about $100,000. Unfortunately, I made a few mistakes when developing that product, and it did not convert that way at all. I'm going to give you guys all of the sauce and the resources to basically avoid making the mistakes that I did. So how do we get custom products? How do we make them? How do we market them? And how do we sell them? Well, I'm going to break them down into simple steps. We have concept, render, validate, communicate, sample, market, and order. And then I almost forgot supplier. That's an important one. I got a lot of info that I'm going to throw at you guys, so don't mind me. I'm going to be reading a bit from my notes. So in the concept stage, we're basically going to be brainstorming interesting product ideas that we might have. I'd recommend that you guys write down a list of ideas that you have for these products and write down some ways that you could improve or modify that product. So for example, I'm sure a lot of you guys have a Instagram or TikTok burner and you've seen the account Smile Labs. They've been absolutely crushing it, getting tens of millions of views per month, running simple 510 thread batteries for vapes. They discovered that a lot of people in their 20s are buying these batteries, so obviously they can smoke. And they discovered that a lot of these batteries are very, very boring. So they got in touch with a factory and they began redesigning the cases for these batteries so they're more appealing to their audience. They're redesigned for several purposes, either being discreet, convenience, or comical purposes. Some of their latest hits would be the car key fob battery, the Star Wars themed lightsaber battery, the hidden writing pen battery, or the Fortnite ray gun battery. Smile Labs probably only came out with one product initially to test this theory, and after it started to convert, all they had to do was rinse and repeat this custom product process to continuously feed their customers with new products. And I really don't see a reason why this company would die out anytime soon. They're absolutely printing. Next up, we have a newer one, Backfire Lighter. You guys might have seen this product on your Instagram burner, but for some reason you can't find it on AliExpress or Temu. It's because it's a fully custom product. The guys at Backfire Lighter found that a lot of car enthusiasts use lighters for various reasons. Maybe car enthusiasts smoke, maybe they need it for soldering or electronical purposes when working on their car, various different reasons, right? So what they did was they basically took a normal lighter, they took the guts out of it and they put it into a Hot Wheels car. And they're starting with popular cars from Too Fast, Too Furious to resonate with their target audience. And the best part about this product is the actual flame comes out where the exhaust would be on the car. The wheels still roll, it's just a perfect product and it's going to sell very well. So that would be the concept stage. You want to find something that you can create. Think about your own personal interests, your own hobbies, and maybe some problems that there might be in that industry. Or you could just take an existing product and write down different ways that you could modify it. It's very simple, but it might take some time. Take your time with this because if you budget a lot of your time towards developing a product that is crap, you're going to waste a lot of time and money on it and you're not going to be a happy camper. All right, the next step would be render. So basically, this product doesn't exist, right? And we need to communicate with the factories with what we want. They need to have the same vision that we do when we present the product idea to them. I want you guys to sign up for Fiverr or Upwork and look for graphic designers that can help you turn this idea into an image render. For simpler designs and concepts, you could use something like Midjourney on Discord. It's an AI image creator. But I would recommend just going with the Fiverr or Upwork graphic designer. They're usually pretty cheap and their work is pretty good. It's important that when you're communicating with these guys that you draw the product on your own and write down all of the features that it should include so that when they send you the image of the product render, it's exactly the way that you imagined it. You can also use these images on your website. You can have them create banners for your store as well. It's a very handy resource to use with dropshipping in general. All right, next step is communicate. This is my favorite part about organic dropshipping with custom products in general. You really get to see your idea come to life through the factory. But first, we need to find a factory. So I'm going to have you guys go over to Alibaba and click on the factories or merchants tab, and then search keywords related to your product. For instance, if we're trying to build a Lego product, I would search building blocks. Once you search these key terms, you're going to find a list of factories all over the world, but usually in China. I would recommend using a factory in China because their costs are pretty low and they're down to basically build anything. During the initial stages of communication with these factories, you want to ask them some questions. First and foremost, you want to share the idea with them and understand if they can even build it for you. Next, you want to get an idea of what they will charge you for a sample. A sample is just one unit of the customized product. You want to ask them what the MOQ is. An MOQ is minimum order quantity. This is basically the lowest quantity order that they would let you purchase during a bulk order. You could also ask them if they are willing to drop ship these items for you, but most factories are going to say no. If the MOQ cost is too high, you can always negotiate the price of the MOQ or the quantity itself. You can also modify the product so that it's cheaper for the factory to produce. It's very important that you ask them what it will cost to ship that MOQ. Most factories will not tell you the shipping cost up front, and it could ruin your margins if your product is large or heavy. Communicating exactly what you want in the product could take a couple weeks or a couple months. So it's very important that you're thorough when communicating with them, because if it takes a few months to get the sample, it arrives and it's totally wrong, you got to start all over again and continue communicating and modify the product all over again. It's not the end of the world, it's just time is money. The next step is sample. Once you've thoroughly communicated what you want in the product, the team will send you an invoice through Alibaba. Do not use any other payment processor like Western Union. They might be trying to scam you. I would conduct all of the payments in business through Alibaba. It should take 1 to 2 weeks for the sample to arrive. The next step would be market. At this point, we have received our sample and we have not placed a large quantity order. You can use this sample to begin your marketing on Instagram or TikTok. Once some of those videos have gone viral, you can create a Shopify store and set up a listing for the product under pre-order. You also want to make sure that you're collecting customer emails, just in case you have any future product launches. I've also seen some stores like Backfire Lighter run an email list instead of a pre-order. This is just to remind the customers when the product is available that they can come in and purchase it. But me personally, I'd like to see those sales up front and just communicate with them that it is indeed a pre-order and it might take a month or 2 to ship. To minimize risk, you definitely still do not want to place a large quantity order even when you're getting some pre-order sales. The next step would be order. Most factories require the MOQ costs up front, but if you're lucky like I am, some of them will split it right down the middle and they'll do almost like an installment plan. Once you understand how the factory is going to bill you, you need to understand your break-even point. Again, I'm going to refer to my notes for this one because I can't remember all these numbers off the top of my head. Okay, so let's say the factory requires a 500 unit MOQ and the total order cost of that MOQ is $5,000 with shipping. We need to earn at least $5,000 on pre-orders before placing the MOQ and fulfilling the orders. So let's say we sell each item for $25 and it costs us $10 for the inventory from the factory. Because 5,000 divided by 500 is $10, we would need to sell 200 units at $25 to cover the order. If the factory is only requiring 50% of the MOQ cost up front, we can afford to place a large quantity order at 100 orders. This will completely eliminate the risk that you have when placing these large quantity orders, and the risk that you have now is really just with ordering the sample. You want to be sure that if you're paying for only 50% of the MOQ up front, that you're selling through a consistent amount of orders each day. If it's selling quite slow each day and you're not moving that many units, you might want to wait until you sell through a bit more. The last and final step would be supplier. Once the large quantity MOQ has been placed, most factories won't want to ship out single units to the customers. And considering the new tariffs in the US against China, you don't want to ship a large quantity order to your home address. You're going to get taxed more and your margins are going to be less. So the best way to go about doing this is finding a Chinese-based fulfillment center. One that I would recommend would be Commercive. They've been in the industry for a very long time and they manage thousands of dropshipping accounts. Now, it's important that when you get in contact with Commercive, that you inform them that you're sending a large quantity order from China to their location in China. It would probably be best to create a WhatsApp group between Commercive and the factory and yourself. This is just to ensure that all communications remain in one place and everyone is up to date on the current status of your project. Now, keep in mind that there's 2 separate costs for shipping. What the factory is going to charge you to ship it to Commercive, and then what Commercive is going to charge you to ship it to the customer. You want to factor in both of these shipping costs into your selling price just so you can verify your profitability. Once the order has been received by Commercive and you're selling, you can continue to place MOQs until it begins to die out. Once this happens, you can rinse and repeat these steps and introduce new products in your brand and continue selling long term. I know I just threw a lot of good info at you guys. I really hope you had a notepad laying around for that. If you want to learn how I generate hundreds of millions of views in 6 figures online, click the link in my description. It's my completely free Discord. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.